Ooh, I think it's gonna make it. I think it's gonna reconnect. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Get us back online. Ooh, I think it's gonna make it. I think it's... That sucks. Alright, well... Shit, it looks like I'm back. It looks like I'm back online on YouTube and Twitch at least. I'm gonna just restart. I'm gonna just restart the stream on Twitch or on TikTok. God dang. Cool. Alright, we got a little pause. Technical frickin' difficulties, y'all. Technical frickin' difficulties. I have a mirror in front of my main monitor for my references. Alright. Let's just restart. See what we can do. See what we can do. Man, what a pain in the ass. Close everything. Terrible. I'll pop out my windows again. Let me see what we got going on here. All right. Yep, we are live again. Sweet. I'm just gonna see if I can do anything to optimize a little bit so I don't have to cancel the whole stream again, because that sucked. I'm gonna go ahead. I wonder if I can. I'll just leave it be. Alright, well, cheers. Here we go again. Let's see if we can get back all those followers we just lost. Although this is not deforming in the right way, I can still use it, and then I'll just scale it, and I'll Z remesh it, obviously, because, like, look how disgusting that is. Same. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I'm gonna turn on symmetry, undo that, and then do that again, and that'll just make sure it gives me a symmetrical quad flow. Let's see here. Let me smooth this out and see how nasty it is. Well, that's not so bad. Cool. So I'll be able to use this for teeth and gums. I'm gonna go ahead, just rotate this around. Whoa. Oh, is there stuff that's masked? What is happening? Oh, it's because of the symmetry. It's fucking me up. Turn off symmetry. Turn it back on. Scale this down. And these are gonna be my teeth. Oh yeah, and we can make them like way thinner. Go ahead. Actually, before I make them thin like that, I'm gonna change where they're scaling from. turn on back face masking for a second. That's not going to let me do what I want, actually. Just turn this down. Just trying to make these thin. I don't need to be quite so thick. I might need to pull out the ends, but we'll see. I'll actually fit this to the mouth once it's back in there. Alright, welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody joining in. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can get this popping again. Lamont, hello, hello. Everything's still running. Welcome, anybody just joining in? I'm just modeling this scared face. Cool, and I actually think I can make all these teeth smaller. Let me see what we're actually gonna be able to see from this view. Oh, Truckin' Games, hello. I'm just doing some game dev. Yeah, you'd actually pretty much be able to see all the teeth. Which means I might have to go in and hollow out that mouth cavity a little bit more than I thought, so we'll do that. We can do that, that's easy, that's no problem. That ain't no sweat. Ain't no thing. I'm gonna grab my clay brush, we can start to get a little bit more like organic. And let me, I actually think these teeth are probably like much too wide. So I can pull them back in like that. Yeah, sweet, that'll be cool, that'll be cool. What up, Nathan? Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. We didn't mean to do that. Oh, come on now, come on now. Alright, that's alright. Man. Cool, alright. Just keep getting these teeth into place for now. I do think they might still be a bit too thick, but it'll be nice to have a little bit of space to work with. A little bit of wiggle room once I actually start modeling them. Let me make sure that's like a deep enough horseshoe. I think it'll have to come back a little bit further, which means I've actually sculpted out the mouth cavity pretty well. Just this can come back in. Let me see here what we'll have. Alright. So lips. Actually, they're pretty good right now. That's kind of the shape they're gonna take. What's up, L? Welcome, welcome. Everybody just joining in, I appreciate it. Whoa, get out of here, Live Center. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Oh, and I turned off my music like a noob. Alright. That's alright. It's a chance to shout out my boy again. Chance to shout out my boy. Everybody just joining in. Doing some modeling. Doing some ZBrush modeling. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, want to know anything about animation or game dev or anything like that. I'm gonna just get my homie's album playing. This is the boy Element. Well, this is an ad. And when you hear some groovy ass tunes, that's when it's the boy Element. Alright. Cool. Alright, and now I'm gonna grab, I think that teeth placement is pretty good. So I can start sculpting out these teeth. And I'm gonna be looking. I might actually move my mirror. This is what I've been looking at this whole time. My crazy ass face. Doing this a lot. Just trying to see where things land, and hopefully I don't need this mouse. I don't think I will. I don't think I will. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Trail space, welcome. I got all my live shit fucking up, so I don't know who's watching, who's not watching, but if you're here, I appreciate you joining in. I'm just doing some modeling. And right now, I gotta model some teeth. So let's see what these look like. So I'll start with the front teeth, obviously, and I'm gonna give myself some more subdivisions. Whoa. We want that perfectly in the middle. And that's way too big. So I'll like draw this out, and then I'll subdivide it some more. So I'm grabbing my damn standard brush and then my pinch brush, and I can, yeah, make that little divot that way. And this is all way too, I'm gonna turn on back face masking. It's way too thick back here, so I'm actually just gonna sculpt some of this away. It looks like keep the back thicker. These front teeth obviously are gonna be thinner, and the back teeth, and I'll just keep carving away. I should have planned for this a little bit better at the beginning when this was still just a regular ass cube and not full-blown teeth in the head, but I didn't, so this is what we're doing. And it'll work out. I do need to keep, I need a plan for the gum line, so I can actually smooth this out, and the gum line sits like kind of on top of the teeth, so I can actually start to like mound it out a little bit. Let me see, it looks like these two front teeth will end kind of in the middle of the nostrils, so that actually seems about right. That's not bad. I'm doing pretty good sculpting these teeth. Pretty fucking good. Start, not too bad. So same thing, kind of sculpt that out and then pinch it back together. And we'll see how much of this detail actually gets like retained once I start printing. The back of the teeth don't need to be all that pretty, because I don't think anybody's like even gonna be able to see inside the head once I actually 3D print it. Just as long as I fake that space in between them pretty well, it's gonna look pretty nice when I print. Yeah, so like that I think actually is gonna work super well. I'll pinch that gap back together. And yeah, this obviously like isn't as accurate or even like as easy to work with as like a model where I actually sculpt out each individual tooth, but for what I'm doing, this is gonna work really nice. This is gonna work really nice. It's gonna look nice and scared. I do actually, before I get too far making details and stuff like the teeth, I'm just gonna make sure all this is shaped a little bit better so we can get the ball of that nose. And I'm kind of just using myself as a reference. So my bridge, this bridge is wrong right now. The bridge is more like right there. What? An eye, this might actually be a little bit easier to do with the clay brush, and then we can start getting some organic streaks in there too. And yeah, my nose is a bit thinner than how I've been sculpting it. Let's see. don't think my nose is like quite as nice and round either. Really, really intense nose lines, but let's see here, let's see here. Alright. Anybody just joining in? I can't actually see who's watching, who's staying on, but if you're in, if you're on, I appreciate you. Leave something in the chat, leave any questions about game design or animation or anything like that, or what I'm sculpting or why I chose to sculpt it. I think this whole nose too. I might just like pinch all this a little bit, get it thinner. That doesn't look right. That's a little bit better. I think I can be okay with that. This, it looks like my eye sockets aren't quite caved out enough. Not quite wide enough. I mean, obviously I'm gonna like fill those in eventually, but so alright, let me go ahead. I can start. Actually, since I'm just sculpting everything to pose, do I want to start worrying about wrinkles? Probably not until I have my eyes and eyelids in, actually, and my teeth placed and all that. So let's rethink about it. Maybe I'll do the eyes and eyelids next. We're barely going to be able to see the eyes, but they're going to help us make the eyelids. I'm just going to carve out a nice little socket in the head to put those eyes in. The eyebrows. Eyebrows are going to be super weird. I think I'm just going to sculpt the eyebrows on there too, instead of trying to boolean them in later. And this will kind of help me figure out the flow, like all the wrinkles. And this actually kind of like curves. And we'll see. I don't have enough geometry right now. Let me go to a higher subdiv real quick. Alright, welcome to Real Mario. Anybody watching, I appreciate y'all. We got people in, we got people out. Cool. Right here. And actually, they're gonna kinda...
Welcome, Sunshine Meadows.
Oh shit, we got Sunshine Meadows in the Twitch. Is that what I just heard? The GOAT? The absolute man. Your first day of school? Hell yeah, bro. Love you, man. Good luck. Good luck with those classes. It's like my last day of school. That's funny. It's because that quarter system is fucking wonky. Anybody just joining? Welcome, welcome. Just sculpting this scared looking face. Maybe I'll inflate the bridge just a little bit more. Cool. It looks like my mouth shape is actually a little bit different. It's a little bit wider, more like that. Make sure it's following a nice curve back. It looks like it is. And maybe smooth it out a little bit. Cool. Hollow this back out inside. Oh no, I messed up my lips. Make sure it keeps that nice little M shape. Sweet. Ah! Ads. Get out of here, ads. I don't care. I'm trying to listen to my friend's music. Advertisements. Let's Here we go, here we go. I think that jaw still not quite right. Go ahead and just make it a little bit bigger. Obviously, it'd kind of sit on the head like that. Well,
we be higher than a rocket ship.
alright. Okay, it's coming together. It's looking pretty good.
We be higher than a
Rafterman, Burger Smooth, welcome.
Run these streets in a rocket
I don't know why my TikTok studio is being so dumb, but hopefully the stream's coming through alright. Okay.
Streets in a rocket ship.
Alright, here we go. The girl NY, welcome. Doing some 3D modeling today. Have to give this sucker some eyes, so just start by scaling them down and popping them into place. I'll also put the pulls at the irises. I don't think it's gonna matter because this is just gonna be a 3D print, but if I was doing an actual game design character, you always put the pulls at the top on the pupils. And that's just because it's a big black hole, so you can't see all those triangles coming to a point if it's just hidden inside the black. Or at least I think that's why we do it. I actually don't know if that's true, but that's why I've always thought that we do it. It's like the right practice, so that's not going to be right actually. So it's going to have a little bit, but the eyebrows are going to like really clearly sit on top. I can't worry about folds or anything like that yet. Alright, I'm going to grab this eyeball, go ahead and actually before I duplicate it and give him another eye, I'm going to make my eyelids. So I'm going to go ahead, I might solo this for this part. And I probably should have done this before I rotated it actually, so go back. Yeah, just here. I should be sculpting the perspective on too. So I actually know what this is going to look like when I print it. Cool. Alright, now I'm going to solo this. I'm going to go ahead and... What is the best? Alright, now I'm going to solo this. I'm going to go ahead and... What is the best? Slice curve it. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on, Live Studio. Come on, Live Studio. Killing me today. Not showing me who's on. Not showing me who's actually in, watching or not. That's alright. I'm just gonna do my thing. And if you're watching, hopefully you enjoy it. Let me see. Yes, that is more or less exactly what I want. So, I'm gonna go ahead. Shit, I should have duplicated this before I did this. Rookie stuff. Alright, before I slice curve it, I'm actually going to duplicate this because I want to keep the sphere that I already made. And then I'm going to take this new one that I just made, scale it up a little tiny bit, Can't believe I did that rookie shit. That sucks. That sucks, man. Come on, come on. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead, grab that slice curve.
Now I need ZocDoc to find an ear doctor. You've got options.
And just
Look on
cut it
ZocDoc
right
tomorrow.
down the middle. And now I can go ahead and split my groups.
Only $7.49 for a
And
limited
now,
time.
actually,
We're talking 4 100% white meat
it
sausage
doesn't really
chicken
matter.
strips
And hit
served with
Alt-A,
fine
close
Texas
holes,
toast and
and now that
DQ
just
signature
closes up that
country
bottom
gravy.
there.
You heard that right.
I'm gonna
For
go
crunch time in no
down
time,
to
it can
here,
only be the
hit
DQ
Alt-A,
chicken strip basket. Just
close holes
$7.49
again,
for a limited time. Get it
and
delivered to the
these
DQ app. Happy
are
tastes
gonna
good
be
at
my
participating
eyelids.
locations.
Actually, you know what? Instead of doing close holes like that, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna give this first. Let me think about it. Yeah, let me give it dynamic subdivs first and see if my geometry is actually like not disgusting enough to make it work. So I'll go to geometry, dynamic subdivs. I will turn them on. I'm gonna put this on solo so I can see what it's doing. Turn that shit off, and then I'm gonna turn up the thickness. Oh yeah, that's like exactly what I want. That's like exactly what I want. What's that at? 0.01234. That'll be an easy enough number to remember. That works. That works. We like it. That's a nice number. Okay. I don't think there's any. Oh, it is 2 levels of smooth subdivs. What happens if I just turn that to 0? Yeah, I don't need this underwrite yet. So smooth subdivs to 0. I'm gonna go back. I'll grab my other eyelid. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Turn on dynamic. Turn smooth subdivs to 0. Turn on thickness. 2.01234. Really nice, easy number to work with. And then I'm gonna hit apply, and that just saves that. And I think no, it doesn't give me quite the poly groups I wanted. So I'm gonna go ahead and group these. What's up, everybody joining in? Calligraphy JB Music, welcome back. I appreciate you popping back. Sorry everything froze and crashed earlier. I'm really glad you're able to find your way back to that page. I appreciate it. I'll definitely give you a follow here in a second. That's really cool of you. Alright, yeah, so I just grouped these by the normals, and now you can see these are all on their own play groups. Now I can Z-remesh this, keep the groups, turn smooth groups off, I'll turn poly count just the same. And now you have a beautiful mesh for that eyelid. So let me go ahead, and we'll just do the same thing to this other one. We'll solo it so you can see what's going on. I'm gonna go ahead, group by normals. Oh no! Huh. Let me change the angle, see if we can get it to do what I want it to. No, why? Huh. If I turn this way down. Oh, this just like isn't working at all. Let me. That's crazy. Honestly, if I can't get this to work, I'm probably. This is really dope. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Calligraphy, I don't know if you saw where it's going, but since you're here watching and commenting, I'll show you. This is the in sculpt that's going on. It's going to be 3D printed, so I'm going to put this head on this guy and make him look afraid. Make him look scared. And right now I'm just doing eyelids and fighting this program. I don't know why it doesn't want to regroup my normals. It's the exact same shape as the other one. It's just like not. Whoa. Well, there it worked. Is it just making them weird colors? I wonder if I try to Z-remesh it, keep my groups, turn smooth off, same on. Oh, yeah, It was doing them. It was just making them stupid colors. That don't make no sense at all. Alright, but now it's working. So now I have these eyelids, and I can use that. I actually also think like I pulled these head cavities up way too far. These eye sockets, head cavities. The eye sockets, that's what I meant to say. And the space, I'd actually maybe buy that as the space between where the eye socket ends and the eyebrows begin. And all this is gonna get so fucked with when I start adding detail that I don't even know if this matters what I'm doing right now, but I can at least try to make sure everything's proportionally accurate. Okay, so now let's do some work with these eyeballs. First off, I'm gonna just turn my head off and grab everything that's part of this eyeball and push it back, and we'll just get it into the right place. Your eye, this is a really cool trick. It's a bummer I don't have my camera for YouTube, just TikTok. But your eye will slant backwards, so where your eye socket ends, you can draw a line. I'll actually show you on the screen, because right now I don't have it right. You can draw a line backwards from the top of the eye socket to the bottom, and that kind of shows you where your eyeball placement should be. So I'm gonna grab this, turn it back to solo mode. So my cheekbones that form my eye socket should be a straight line, and this line should just like barely hit the eye. So right now my eye is still too far forward, and honestly, like this whole socket is kind of too far forward still. Alright, cool, I'll grab that eye again. Sweet! Put this mirror back down for a second, turn my head off, grab my move tool, turn this back on, move it back a little bit, and now I kind of just gotta, yeah, you can see that's pretty much lining up now. So now we can see the magic I've been planning with these eyelids. Oh shit, whoops. Make sure this is set to solo mode. That's what's fucking up. And then I should, yep. Actually, let me put this to solo just to try to get it centered a little bit better before I start rotating it around. Yeah, now this is gonna be my top eyelid. Like that, and let me see. It's gonna be facing more that way. Is that true? Nah. No, scared. Scared is more of this shape. And I'll have to sculpt that into place. It's obviously not just gonna be this like perfect hollowed out sphere shape, but how long does each body part take you? It kind of depends. Yeah, it just depends on so many things. The head will take the longest always, because that's like where we want to look. Like the face always captures the most attention, so I'll spend like hours on this head, and you'll see I'll probably sculpt for like another like hour and a half, 2 hours on this stream, and I probably won't be finished. But like the arms are gonna go really, really, really fast. Hands, the hands are like also a focal point, but you're never really zoomed in on the hands the same way you are on the face if you're doing animation. So the hands are a little bit less important, but those also take a long time just because hands are complicated. And if I'm doing game design, like the hands take forever because they have to articulate properly, and doing like the topology of the hands is a nightmare. Same with the face. Like this, I'm just 3D printing this stuff, so I don't have to worry about topology. But like this is terrible edge flow and shit right now. We would want like a row of quads going around the eyes and stuff like that. But yeah, like the arms aren't going to take nearly as much time, right? Like it's just like, okay, like where are like the bones and muscles that you're going to be able to see? You can just kind of sculpt those into place really quickly. Make sure they'll articulate the right way, but like not going to take nearly as much time. Legs aren't going to take nearly as much time. And also with most models, like the torso, the arms, legs, and stuff, I mean, unless you're gonna see the character shirtless, you just have to get the basic proportions right, because you'll end up like ripping quads off the basic proportions and using them to mold clothes, which you can see, I'll actually, when I'm talking about it, like the way I'm doing, I didn't really do the dress on this demon thing like that. That's all just like one piece. Just because it's just like one dress. But like this shirt and these pants were all originally on top of this base, and you can see like how shitty and terrible this looks, and I didn't take any time to like actually sculpt out the body parts, because all I did was get it basically in the right position. Let me grab that. Get it basically in the right position, and then I ripped these quads off. I like extracted them, and that's how I made the clothing. Whoops.
So, is to love.
Each different piece is just like ripped off that base sculpt. So yeah, that was like a really long answer. But the face takes a really long time, the hands take a really long time, and then the other body parts don't take nearly as long. But like I'll have to like go in and like sculpt wrinkles and like fix these seams so they're not like, so it's not like an inch thick piece of fabric and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It all takes a really long time. I think this shirt took me like 2.5, 3 hours. Those pants took me like 2.5, 3 hours. This face, like I said, will probably take me a really long time. The good thing with all of this, like I already kind of mentioned, is that it's not game design, it's not animation, so I can just like really have fun and not worry about the topology like at all. I just, like as long as there's no polygons breaking or overlapping, I'm cool. For something like this, but for game design, animation, like it has to be, you really gotta be thinking hard about edge flow and shit. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, man. I love to explain. I don't know if you saw, but anytime people come on and actually like start asking questions about animation, game design, my eyes just light up. I'm like, yes. It's so fun. Alright, what's that bottom eyelid gonna be doing? It looks like it's gonna be covering like half the pupil. So this is actually kind of close right now. But oh, that's in the psych, that's in the wrong place.
Are you ready for this?
This is sort of close to where we want it, but I think covering like a little bit too much of the pupil, so it'd be rotated down kind of like that. And then, like I said, I'll like sculpt it
Let's get this money
a lot more once it's in the right place, and eventually all this is just going to get mushed together and turned into one object for 3D printing. And that's kind of the one thing that's more annoying about 3D printing than animation or game dev, because like animation, I would just keep all these parts separate and make it easier for animation. But game dev, or not game dev, 3D printing, like all this has to be one object eventually. That whole sculpt I showed you has to be one object eventually, which is a pain, but I do, that's like the very, very, very last thing I do. And yeah, those are close enough to sculpt on. I probably should have taken my little horseshoe I made earlier and just like use that for the bottom teeth, but I'll just go ahead and repeat that process. It's like a slightly different scale. Anyways, actually, I've sculpted on this so little, I might be able to get away with just reusing it. Yeah, exactly, like a puzzle to make the end product. That's exactly right. And if I was modeling a toy, which would be 3D printed, then you would actually model like the joints, the puzzle pieces. So then it's really like a puzzle, and you print them out in separate pieces and then stick them together at the end. That's actually how I made. I'm gonna pull up. This might be kind of fun. I got a 3D model of these characters for this music festival in Savannah, where I live, and we printed them out. They were like 3 or 4 feet tall, and we had to print them off in sections, and then like stick all those together. But at the end, you can't even tell, because we like hard code it and paint it and put all sorts of crap on it. And I'm gonna shout out, yeah, kind of like Legos, but honestly, I don't know if you've ever used like Bionicles, more like Bionicles, where it's like ball and socket joints. More so than like pegs, like a series of pegs. It's more like a ball, yeah. Or just like weird shapes that fit together. But whatever size, exactly. Yep. As big as the 3D printer will let you print one piece. Let me find it. I just have 10 billion fucking files on my computer. I'm gonna shout out the, and I'm gonna pull up his website too, just because I think it'll be kind of cool to see. The dude who brought me on this project. Yeah, here's some of my cute little models. All printed out. Just did this bottle and this bone. And they used primary colors to paint it, which is alright. Fire, thank you. I'm gonna see if I can find any like work in progress shots too. I think that's kind of cool to see. I don't know if I have any. I might have sent them somewhere. Let me check. But it's kind of cool seeing them all like work in progress. Oh yeah, here's the little guy in pieces. And you can see the little hole on the bottom of his leg. That's where we'd like put a peg in. And then let me see. We use this stuff called Bondo to slap it all together. Yeah. So this is like Bondo, and you can see all those seams. Yup. That's what you were picturing. Yeah, cool. And it looks terrible. He looks just so sad, so miserable. But you already saw at the end, it really comes together. Oh no, I'm not allowed to show you that, sadly. I've been working with a CNC at work too, and we print some crazy stuff, but that is still NDA, so I'm not allowed to show that stuff yet. Yeah, that's like one thing you can do, and I modeled them in this program. So the same thing. It was like a way different workflow, because you saw they're like really low poly, simple shapes. So like I tried to keep everything really low poly while I was working to make sure I could keep all my super clean lines. But like this is already up to like 40,000 polygons. You can see like, or this is up to 80. Like yeah, these are teeny tiny squares. And this is just a really different workflow. But if I was gonna print this out at like 10 feet tall when I was done, it'd be the exact same process though. We'd put it into a software that like automatically cuts it into pegs for us, so we don't have to think about modeling those shapes. And then it just cuts it up for you, puts the pegs where you need them, and you just gotta print it. Hope that all goes well. I'm trying to decide what I want to do next. I was talking about the lower teeth. I should probably go ahead and just do those. So I'm gonna, here's what I'm gonna do. First I'm gonna save, because I've been working on this a while, and it's been a while. So I hit save next. That just saves it as a increment. So now you can see I have 2 different blockouts, just in case I need to go back to the old versions. And then I need to rename all this shit. So I'm gonna call this Able. I'm gonna call this one top eyelid, or actually eyelid top. That way my eyelid pieces can like stay together alphabetized if I want them to. Call this one eyelid bottom. And this is just so I don't get lost down the line. Oh, calligraphy, peace out. Thanks for sticking around for a while. And then these can be top teeth. T-O-P. Or no, teeth top, actually. Teeth top. I'm using pretty inconsistent naming conventions right now, which is like not great. Definitely like kind of a no-no, but I'm like for sure 100% gonna be the only person ever working with this file, so I don't really care what it's named. TBH. Yeah. Alright, so now that I've done my renaming, cleaned this up a little bit, I can duplicate those top teeth. I'm just gonna grab them, bring them down, hit Alt-A, hit mirror on the Y-axis, I think.
At Kroger, you never
Oh, can't be
You get high quality
applied to
low
subdiv
prices.
levels. So I'm just going to
Like
go
you
to the
never
lowest
compromise your
subdiv
meal
level.
with
I'm
our
going to
spring
delete those
salad.
higher subdivs,
Guaranteed
and
fresh.
then I'm
And
going
you
to go
never
ahead
compromise your
and
budget
mirror
with
it
lower
over
priced
Y. Whoa,
1,000
where'd
items.
it go?
And you never compromise your
Yeah, that
appetite
did what I
with our
want. Just
golden brown
shot
bread.
it
Welcome
to the top of the
closing
screen for
literature,
some
your
reason.
fates are.
And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices.
Closing literature.
Hand
Hello,
it to
hello.
Kroger shoppers.
Welcome.
You never compromise. Kroger,
Alright.
fresh for everyone.
Cool.
Why AAA? Because bad roads, bad tires, and bad luck. Because you're out of gas,
Nah.
locked out, and out of options.
These are gonna
Because
sit
stuff happens. That's why over 57
rotated
million drivers go with AAA, the roadside assistance that's #1 for
in that
customer
jaw,
satisfaction.
right?
Join today at AAA.com and be prepared when
And I
stuff
actually
happens. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage
might
and
kind of
taxes
think
limited.
about
Other rights,
how.
conveyances is excluded. 2023 AAA US Market Track National Surveys. Offers terms,
Yeah, this is
conditions,
gonna be just
and
a
policies are subject to change.
little
Visit
bit
AAA.com for
longer
details.
than the top teeth. Oh, and they'll sit. Actually, yeah, they'll actually sit. I probably need to stretch them out a little bit too. They'll sit way above the lips. Alright, and I'm gonna start sculpting in perspective so we can see what shit actually looks like. Yeah, this is starting to come together. Not too bad. Not too bad. Looks like that lip line is not quite following the way that I hoped, so let me, and I might even want to just smooth it out. Yeah, that should be pretty like steady curve coming back that way, including up here. That's pretty good. My lips get really thin towards here, so I'm gonna pinch that in, kind of taper it off. Same with the lower lips, but to a lesser extent. And then I can kind of come in with a clay brush. And this lip, screaming like that, is actually gonna curl out. So I'm gonna chip away underneath the lip there. And then I might like inflate. And actually the way, this is kind of like 3 distinct pieces, the bottom lip. This one here, it's kind of like that. These, this part actually bows out kind of round. Shape. I can pull that all back into place in a second. I'm gonna take my damn standard and we can really start to carve out the curl on this lip. I'll just smooth to taper that out. Yeah, looks like it should be more smooth than I have it. So I'm gonna just go ahead, grab my move brush. Welcome Alfredo Angel, just doing some sculpting, some game dev. Hello, hello. Bye, goodbye. It's fun while it lasted. Let me see. Pretty much like that. And then I'm gonna do that without fucking with the back face. Yeah, that gets really tucked back up in there. So we can just tuck that down. Chin, obviously, jut out a little bit. Give a little butt chin. What do you think about this? I think that chin might be too long right now. Definitely like way too square. Ooh, get that horseshoe shape back a little bit. Get that horseshoe shape back in there a little bit. Make sure we don't lose that definition. Sweet. That shape is not right. I can go ahead and start working on the ear next. That'll help me. Some of the other stuff I still need to place. Kind of help me figure out my jaw a little bit better if I can use the ear as a landmark. And the ears. Let's see here. Try to get this skull shape a little bit better. He's gonna have hair eventually, so it doesn't really matter, but yeah, and I even think, honestly, like, it's gonna be even a little bit more intense than that. Yeah, we're kind of starting to get those jaw and cheekbones. I think, no, I should probably not quite start worrying about those sorts of details, but because I want to make sure I have everything placed before I start really carving shit out. This is starting to look pretty cool. Come in, I could probably get these nostrils at least. Like this philtrum, that's too big. Nostrils, philtrum. Cool. And then yeah, we can carve out those nostrils. So give them that sort of shape. And these will have to be pretty shallow, since this is going to get 3D modeled. Like, we don't have a bunch of supports going up into the nostrils, but wow, and it actually looks screaming like that. Like, this mouth would really actually come like all the way out. Like, That, yeah. Like even like in front of the nose, a little bit, it looks like. Oh no, it actually does kind of come up and out like that, which means these teeth gotta come. Yeah, forward quite a bit. Be like right there-ish. Yeah, that'll be right. We'll still be able to see gum line. Might need to change these around a little bit. Slight rotation worked. Maybe get away with scaling it a little bit. Try to put up the symmetry. I might have. Oh no, that still looks more or less the same. Cool. Yeah, it'll be alright. These teeth down here, like I said, these are all gonna stand up quite a bit. Way over that gum line. I'm gonna be able to see a lot of teeth. I'm gonna be able to see a lot
From
of
the
teeth.
moment you wake up, your day
Cool.
is already pretty full. That's why University of Phoenix's
I'm
online
gonna
master's
smooth these
program
out because these
help
are
you
gonna get
balance work,
sculpted
family,
quite
and
differently.
school.
They're also a
It's
little
one
bit
flexible
longer
master's
than the
degree
top
made
teeth,
for busy adults.
as
At
I was
University
saying
of Phoenix.
earlier, so I can kind of scooch those back. And then I gotta see what the tongue does when I scream. And it does sit behind the teeth. So these probably just need to sit a little bit further back, I think. That's quite right. It can be like up this way, back this way. And those are actually rotated too much, to be honest. Because I need to feel like they can actually like close on those other teeth. So that's pretty good, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and carve out a little bit of extra space for them back there. I think that's more or less what it needs to look like. The lips, it look like? Well, actually, kind of. Wrap around the teeth, and then they kind of come out at the end there. Sweet! That's probably more. Alright. Cool, so Nicole, welcome. Just doing some game dev. 3D modeling. Technically, this is for training. This isn't actually going to be for video games, but I might actually need to remesh this sucker at this point. Add macros. Too thick. Let's I don't want to get too lost in the weeds yet with details. Trying to get these forms closer and closer. My geometry is getting pretty messed up and a little unworkable. Well, maybe I'm alright for a little bit longer. I do think I may need to remesh some of this here in a little bit to make sure I can keep working with it. But for now, we're doing alright. For now, we're doing alright. What's up? Welcome new viewers. Just doing some modeling. Day in, day out. This is not entertaining enough. That's alright. I'm having fun. It's a fun for me. I think, alright, so all this is gonna get way fatter. It needs to even, like, now it's really starting to come together. It's starting to look like a face. Alright, I wonder if I should remesh it. Might help. I'm gonna go ahead, especially since I haven't done this yet this stream, this will be a nice little learning opportunity. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this and turn everything else off. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just start Z-remeshing this. And actually, after this one goes through, I'm gonna save in case it crashes. Alright, live, I'm here. I'm in it, what you talking about? Trying to kick me off. It's not my fault I don't have any viewers. I'm doing my best out here. So, okay, I actually don't need to model this because I'm going to project on it. So I'm just going to Z-remesh this again. I said I'd save, so I better go do that. That'd be, you know, not a bad idea. Make this jaw a little more jaw-y. There we go. There we go. I could, if I wanted like a really strong cleft, I could come in here, sculpt a nice little butt chin in. I'm pretty sure everybody technically has that, where the jaw fuses together. It's just like a matter of prominence. Let's see here. Let's try to. Feel like it's more like a bone. Alright, and then I've been resisting the ears for long enough. The ears are always so fucking hard. But I'm gonna try them anyways. So let me see, it's been a while since I've done some ears. Actually, I keep getting distracted. I gotta finish remeshing this face first. And then I'll do the ears. So I'm gonna get this down as low poly as I can. that. Might be about the limit. Oh no, there we go, 10,000. And then I'm going to turn on the other face, and we're just going to project this a bunch. So I'll project all, and then I'll hit Control D, and all.
Got you tight on cash?
Project
McDonald's
all.
under $4 McValue menu comes through. Pick from your favorites
Control
like a
D.
rich caramel frappe or chocolatey mocha frappe. All small frappes are just $3. Or grab the iconic
Project
snack wrap
all.
for just $2.99.
I don't
That's
know.
right, the snack wraps you love are back. Can we take a moment to celebrate the McDonald's
What
under
is
$4
up
McValue menu? There's something for every appetite,
with-
every vibe, and every kind of day. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
You've got a
I
playlist
don't
called
know
Latin Vibes.
why
With
it's
tequila,
doing all
still
that.
stuck drinking the basic gringo stuff and barely bringing the heat? Don't be a
I
gringo.
should have
Gran
not had
Centenario
any
Tequila.
issues
Handcrafted in
projecting.
Jalisco since
That was
1857
crazy.
and still Mexico's #1. Our reposado rested
Let me
for
see
months
how
in
far
American
off
oak,
we are.
delivering smooth tones of cooked agave and light hint of oak, the result of centuries of heritage. So if the music moves you, sip
That's
something that's
so
into.
strange.
Don't be a gringo. Drink Gran Centenario, the tequila Mexico drinks.
So strange.
Gran Centenario Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume, proximospirits.com.
Alright, yeah, pretty much can't tell the difference. Except for that chin, but I don't know why it's behaving like that. Yeah, I mean, this is workable. Didn't destroy it. Weird that we had those projection issues. I don't know if I had something masked accidentally or what. It's because I changed something before I started projecting. That might have been it. You can see, I think that might be a little bit extreme. Okay, now I think, yeah, I'm happy with this. I can get rid of that old one. Just delete it. Goodbye, get out of here. See you never. Now we can use this one to keep sculpting. It just has nicer quads. So if I need to work on different sub-dip levels, it's just gonna be a little bit easier. Looks like I don't really have to filter them anymore. So maybe I'll go in and just kind of get that back in there real quick. This looks like it all got a little bit lost. And actually, as I keep saying, I really need to get over and do those ears so I can get everything else placed. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and hit Alt A for insert, and these are all custom menus actually, so that's not gonna be a shortcut that the rest of you can use. But this is just like my well, actually there's a bunch of shit on these. There's a bunch of shit on these menus. It's pretty heavily customized, so never mind what I was gonna say. Let's make sure this is turned on. Go ahead and scale this bad boy. We'll kinda, let me use my own ears as reference and see how this should sit. Also, placement is going to be the hardest part. I know that it sits kind of back. It's going to be thinned out quite a bit. Way smaller, obviously. It should just be like rotated out from the head a little bit. And our ears are at the eyebrows. It's like eyebrows to bottom of the nose. Top of the eyebrows to bottom of the nose is kind of where your ears run. So I can do something like that. I don't really think. kind of back like that will work out a little bit better. No, that's too far. Also, they're kind of like halfway from the front of the head to the back of the head. About like that. I'm gonna pull up some references. Ears always whoop my ass, so I'm gonna pull up some references. 'Cause I need them. Let's see what we got here. I know I got some books on this somewhere. Let's see here. Let's see here. Where is my anatomy for sculptors? Let's see here. Let's go. Look for the ears. 121. I think I placed them pretty well. I think that's more or less where it needs to be. Alright. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna insert a sphere for the back of the ear. And then I have two options. I could Boolean these together or Dynamesh them together. And I think I'm gonna Dynamesh mine, which is a little bit faster. So that's kind of how the ear is shaped, more or less. I'm gonna go ahead and just, oops, bring this in. Yeah. Or I guess I can actually fix that after Boolean them. So now I'll take the top of the ear and I will merge it down. Probably. Yeah. And now this is all one object, and then I'm going to Dynamesh these together too. And that looks like it did a pretty good job. Cool, and now I can start sculpting these ears. So I'm just going to use my own ear as a reference. I'm going to start. I just carving out a hole in here. And the ear hole doesn't go straight into the head, it kind of comes in at an angle. That might be not too high. No, that's pretty close. This all obviously can get knocked back quite a bit. Ooh, and that right there. Yeah, that can all be messed with quite a bit. Got my ear references pulled up. Oh yeah, I kind of did this wrong a little bit. That's alright, I think I'm going to be able, I think it's close enough, I'm going to be able to sort of futz it into place. Ooh, I think we're getting into some back face issues. Oh no! Oh no! Bring that down. It's kind of the lobe shape. Let's see. Front view of the ear. A little bit more. bit still. So it's all kind of angling back like that. Yeah, I think that's quite a bit closer. Alright, yeah, and I got some ears. What's up, Susan? Just doing some 3D modeling. Hello, goodbye. Something like this. Our spiral that comes around the outside. And that'd be a little bit smaller. Bring this around. Cool. So I'm just gonna kind of tease it back and forth. Going back and forth between my clay brush and my damn standard to kind of hollow this out. And all this actually can just get knocked back, to be honest.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains,
And then we'll
or
have
sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. Like the Purple Restore Cool Touch, now up to $500 off with a free adjustable base. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Well, here's what we'll have, actually. This spiral goes all the way around, back into the ear, like that. And then we kind of have like this fat little knobby piece here. And that is what eventually turns into the Y. That's kind of like the most prominent shape in the ear. Just like that-ish. And I might need some more geometry. It's getting pretty wonky on me. So I'll just subdivide this real quick. Yeah, let's see. That. Piece that pokes out over. Sweet, sweet. Welcome new viewers, just doing some 3D modeling. If y'all got any animation or game dev questions, I love to hear them. Love to answer them. Really, I'm happy to chat about anything, but those definitely are my main interests. Stuff that really gets me going. Alright, got this ear coming together pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let's see here. All this can get dramatized, let's say. So, the part that sticks over can be way more dramatic. And I might actually end up taking this ear into another file and saving it as its own piece, because it's coming out pretty nice. And then the next time I need an ear, I can use this as a base. I'll have to do it from scratch. Alright. So smoothing all this out. I might need to go to the lower subdivs. Go ahead. Here has all these nice little intense peaks and valleys. It's also finite, it's kind of hard to get it, so I think we can kind of carve this out a little bit with the damn standard. That'll look pretty nice. The Black Man, I see you hanging out. Let me know if you have any questions. Aaron, I see you hanging out. Let me know if you want to talk game dev, animation, anything like that. enjoy the process. Right now are also a little bit too thick, I think, and they need a much more intense sort of overlap here. I might even end up masking some of this out for a second. We'll see what happens. Everybody just joining in, welcome. Just doing some game dev shenanigans. Modeling a scary sculpt. This guy's screaming. Maybe I'll turn some stuff back on so it's more fun to look at. You can see how much progress we've made. Let's see here. Lowest Towers, thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it. This actually. So sculpting this back down. Smooth it out a little bit. Now I'm starting to really get some of that overlap looking pretty nice. Right where those two parts of the ear push up against each other. And ears, always and forever, are one of the hardest parts of the body for me to sculpt. They're just so wonky. Right now, where they connect, I don't think is really going to work. We want that to be thinner coming into the head up there. Yeah, and like all this can get knocked way down. Just keep knocking that back. Yeah, now it's starting to look like an ear. Now it's starting to look like an ear. This is cool to think this was all just a sphere. Not even 2 hours ago, this was just a sphere. Now look at us.
Capital One has a rewards credit card
Started
that's
from a
perfect for you.
sphere,
With
and
the
now we
Capital One
here.
Venture X card, you earn unlimited
Alright,
double miles on
now
everything
that I have
you
my
buy.
ear placed,
Plus, you get premium benefits at a
it's going to be a
collection of
lot
luxury
easier
hotels
to
when
figure
you
out what
book
this
on Capital One
jaw
Travel.
actually needs to be
And
doing.
with Venture X, you get access to over
So,
1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up
it's
a
like
world of
really
travel
unhinged right now.
Capital One Venture X card. What's in your
Maybe
wallet?
even cartoonishly so.
Access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
But that's alright, it's going to read really nice.
In the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated
Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more work on that ear. And then I think I'm starting to get to a point where I can start to think about actually meshing some of this shit together. Oh my god, ads! Leave me alone! Akira, I don't care about your ads! Oh, you can't skip it either, we just gotta wait. I guess I'll make sure I'm still playing my homie's music, not violating copyright. Oh yeah, I sure am. Shout out to the great Element, providing the tunes for this and pretty much all my live stream sessions. Great friend of mine. If I ever start to make buku bucks doing this shit, I'm definitely kicking some back his way, because it's really cool of him to just let me use his music without paying for it. and he deserves to be paid for it. So when I can make that happen, I'm going to. Once I'm eating, all my friends gonna eat. That's the fucking dream, alright? I haven't made it until all my people have made it right there with me. We're a long ways off. But one day at a time. And you know what? We're doing alright so far. Can't complain at this point in the game. So alright, this spiral here actually tucks up underneath that Y shape pretty dramatically. So I'm gonna start working on that a little bit. And doing kind of the same thing we did over here, just like dramatizing where they're gonna overlap. So we'll go ahead. Oops. Start pushing all that in there. Maybe I'll go to higher subdives. Kind of pinch it at the end. Just keep getting that shit away. Yeah, all of this is actually like the hollow part of the ear. And right in there is where it actually goes into the head. It's like the ear hole. We can, yeah, make that not quite so sudden. This. Yeah, kind of sets up like that. I'm trying to get that taper right now, because it tapers off like pretty significantly at the end. Goes kind of crazy down at the end there. Yeah, yes sir. This Y here still not quite doing what I wanted to. I think it's because I need to make the fall off a little bit more dramatic. Just kind of bring that down a bit. Although it does go all the way up under here, so maybe I can also bring this out a little bit to try to dramatize where those two overlap. I'll go ahead and carve that out too. Just damn standard it a little bit. Something like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Let me take a look at the back of those ears, because that's not gonna be quite right. Just gotta make sure it looks okay when I put them together. Sweet. Yeah. Cool. I don't like the overall shape necessarily. I'm gonna get a little bit more flavor. Something like that. Cool. I don't want to be, not an elf, but just a little flavor.
Just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Trust you gon' be alright, we gon' be alright. But if they wanna fight, it's gon' be a fight. Just get your brothers right and they gon' ride.
Bottom also comes down a lot. And I'll probably smooth out, or like hollow out where it connects. Honestly, earlobes connect to the head in so many different ways. Like I could get away with what I have it now. But I just want to hang down, do a little round. Although actually, for the sake of 3D modeling, or for 3D printing, pardon me, it might be better to not have it hang down. Kind of connect, we have at least a little bit down there. Yeah, so basically, can't hear me, only the music. What? Alright. Appreciate the heads up, Avery. I'm gonna turn it way down. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I wonder. No, I got my right microphone settings. Is this Avery, I appreciate you. Hopefully this sounds a little bit better now. Let me just see. Alright. Way better. Cool. Thank you. A million. I appreciate it. It's probably been like that for 2 hours. Cool. So I need to taper off this ear down into the earlobe a little bit more, believably. No, I appreciate it a ton. It's funny, I have people tuning in on all these different apps, and you're the first person to let me know, hey, we can't actually hear you. Yeah, this just kind of crinkles a little bit down into the lobe. It's not such a straight shot. And then I think this is actually starting to look pretty okay. I know, super sad. Especially on YouTube, where it's gonna live forever. And I can actually use it as like a reference for future projects, but not if I don't know what's going on. I am making, I don't know if you're into horror movies, but I'm making a scary sculpt. So this is gonna be a person like screaming, but it's going onto this headless guy I got right here. So that head is gonna be popped on to those clothes. And this is all gonna be 3D printed eventually. That's why it's all on this plate. Thanks, I appreciate it. Spooky stuff. It's inspired by The Nun and The Conjuring. I appreciate it. Thanks for saying it looks good. I normally model stuff for like video games and animated films. And anytime you do that, you just like make people like standing in a pose and then move them into poses. This is really like my first time ever modeling a sculpt to a pose where you just like sculpt everything the way it's gonna be in its finished form. So it's been a pretty interesting workflow for me, pretty different from what I'm used to doing. But yeah, I'll probably sculpt like the head and the hair pretty nice and get it like almost finished, and then I'll put just like a really primitive neck, just like a straight up cylinder, and then I'll put that whole thing back in the shirt, and from there I'll actually sculpt out like the muscles that come off the back of the head and down the back and everything. I do think I'm gonna have to fix these ears a little bit. It looks like the geometry is broken right there. I don't really know what's going on. So I'm gonna have to remesh all this. And the way I'll do that, go ahead and save in case I crash my shit. This is my reference mirror. This is what I'll look into while I'm sculpting. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Don't let others discourage you. I appreciate the positivity. I'm having fun with it. I'm gonna save. Excuse me? Okay, I'm gonna save as maybe priest face block out 03. I'm gonna have to go in and delete all these old ass files eventually. But it's nice to have some backups in case I fuck up. Alright, so I am saved. Looks like it's working now. So what I'm gonna do is turn everything off except the ear, duplicate that ear, take the duplication, and then, oh shit, look at that sphere. I can actually, well, yeah, I'll keep it for now. It doesn't matter, because all that's gonna get booleaned out eventually. But I can take this, and let's see here, this is always kind of fun to look at. Well, this is only 12,000 polygons right now. High version is 207,000 polygons. But I'm going to put this on the lowest subdiv level. I'm going to ZBrush it in half. Yeah, now you can see, look, this mesh flow is just so much nicer. And it cut our quad count into half. But now what I have to do is turn the old one back on and then just reproject those details. Project all, Control D, project all again. And it's better to project at every single subdivision level. So you do it on the subdiv, divide it, project again, divide it, project again. And that's a trick I learned from my friend Jaime Morley, who's a fantastic 3D artist. I used to just duplicate it, subdivide it until it was like about the same number of polygons, and then just project onto that high poly version number. But you retain a lot more of those details if you project in steps. So now you see, like, let me turn this off so I'm only showing one at a time. This is 100,000 polygons. This is 200,000, and they look pretty much the same. And the 100,000 one has like a way nicer topology to work with. It did copy that little bump from the projection, but now you can see I actually can go in and smooth it out, whereas before it wouldn't smooth because the topology was just so fucked up. But now, and I can actually, I feel good, I can go in and delete that old ear and turn everything back on. And now I actually have this ear I can work with a little bit nicer. And I'm going to spend not that much more time on it. I'm just going to go in and continue to dramatize a little bit more all of the like overlapping parts. You can see we really kind of lost where it inserts into the skull. This I think can get inflated quite a bit. And then we'll go in and damn standard out that crease like that. Yeah, now we're really actually starting to get some nice overlap, and this is all working much nicer with this remeshed ear. Smooth some of it back out. It looks like we kind of lost that Y shape a little bit, so I'm definitely going to build that back up. And it really kind of goes all the way up in there. Like that. I might need to do some of this on a higher subdiv level. But actually, I mean, that's looking pretty good, pretty eerie. It, oh no, I actually, we'll keep it flowing back this way. And then maybe I can like inflate some of that and carve this out a little bit up in here, like that. Go back to lower subdiv, smooth it out. Yeah, it's getting there. Kind of fighting it back and forth a little bit. Maybe I'll even pinch some of this together. Sweet. I'm gonna do the same thing on the back. Inflate that rim. And then just kind of knock back. Like that. Just definitely smooth that out a little bit. And honestly, I'm trying to make it all like as nice as possible, but the back of the ear might end up getting covered with hair. So it's less important. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Whoops. Yeah, there. We can just kind of. Try to really knock that back. Oh, I'm getting some back face issues. Let's try to turn my back face mask on and see if that helps. Oh, it totally did. Yeah. And I'm gonna actually maybe even just like kind of flatten that plane a little bit. Just try to make sure it's connecting to the head the right way. God, ears are funny. Funny, funny shape. Sick. Hell yeah, look at that. Alright. Let's go ahead. I'm still not quite happy with that Y. It needs to just puff up a little bit right there. And that actually is more or less what I'm going for. Knock some of that back in there. Just, yeah, that needs to come out too. Just really want to be able to see that shape in there. Sweet. Yeah, that's all looking really nice now. That's all looking really nice. Great. And this actually kind of sits in front of that spiral, like this. So that is more or less the ear. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna straight up take the Damien standard and fucking carve this Y shape out. Just really push it back and try to sell it. So it's not slowly chipping away at it. Has not been dramatizing it the way I want. And it's like such a small little area that if I'm not really dramatizing the peaks and valleys, and the light just isn't gonna hit it. It's gonna all look pretty flat once it's printed. So I just want to make sure these forms in here stick out and dip in pretty dramatically. Same here, maybe I'll just knock some of this back too. Smooth that back out. That's not bad. I might, it's still just not quite doing what I want, so I'm just gonna come in and straight up inflate it. Make sure it's following a nice curve. Yeah. Yep. And then I'm gonna inflate this. actually, we can see from this angle that curve doesn't quite look right. Grab my move tool. Smooth that out a little bit. Yeah. We can go ahead and just kind of divvy it. Get some of that out of there. Sweet. Let me push that up. Carve that down. Let's come down like that. Yes. Now we're starting to cook. Now we're starting to get somewhere a little bit. Just inflate that. See about that shape. Looks like that could be a little bit rounder. Like that. I think I'm almost happy with it. Just about. I think maybe if this came in just a little bit. Nice. What's that look like on the lowest subdivision level? Not too bad. I wonder. I think I'm gonna delete the lowest and the highest subdivision level, and then I'm gonna mirror this. So I think I'm pretty happy with this ear. So let's go delete lower, delete higher, and then we'll hit Alt A and go mirror and weld. And now we have two ears. Yeah, look at that. Alright, how long have I been streaming for? It might be time for me to feed myself. It might be about time for a break. Also, does it want me to kick me out of my own chat? Come on now, restream. Come on now, restream. Not gonna let me look at my chat in the middle of a fucking live? That's crazy. Alright. Let's see here. Let me look up my restream password to make sure it's not on camera. Is it just... am I just in it with Google? It might just be associated with my Google. Like a professional. Look at me getting kicked out of my own chat. Like a pro, dude. Ah! Wow, it straight up does not want to let me in. Do I have... I just gotta make sure all my screens are hidden. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. Let's do I have no idea, actually. What a terrible way to end the stream. What a hilarious. Yeah, it's just my Google. Come on now. Oh, there we go. That just took a day and a half to load. What a shame. This is crazy. This is nonsense. Unbelievable. So, ads. Bro, Restream is killing my soul right now. This is devastating. This is devastating. What is happening? I should probably just try to sign back in off stream. Alright, let me see. Let me double check where we're at. Oh yeah, I've been at it for over 2 hours. I think I can gal it. I think I'm gonna gal it today. Will I come back in later? I might. I might. So yeah, I think we'll call it. This is pretty much what I've accomplished today. Actually, this is exactly what I've accomplished today. It took me 2.5 hours with like 30 minutes or so troubleshooting bullshit maybe. So I don't know, 2 hours. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Modeling everything from scratch. This is what 2 hours got me. I'll take it. I'll take it. So yeah, alright. I'm gonna hop off the stream and see why nothing is working today. TikTok Live Studio didn't work. Twitch was giving me weird shit. OBS giving me weird shit. Restream causing me problems. Alright. I'm getting off, for real. Peace, love, gratitude. If y'all stuck around and watched a little bit, I appreciate it endlessly.